All right, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm JustMoparJoe, and I've officially made it to a testing tune with the lunch break truck. See him back there? So we will finally see what it runs. I don't know if they have their timers on for 1,000 foot. I'm in Centerville, Arkansas. One of my favorite tracks in the state, obviously. But calm testing tune day. Right now, I think it's 82 degrees, which I was debating whether or not to come or not or whatever. I'm like, it's just me. So I hope my GoPro works in the truck and we'll get some time slips and all that. Maybe I can find somebody to film a run for me or something, but I'm excited to see what it does. I also brought my 850 AED carburetor, which they call an 850, but it's probably larger than that with the annular boosters. It usually does better than anything else we put it up against. So I'm certain I'll have time as long as we don't have a rain out here. I'll show you the clouds are looming, but they're kind of moving over, I think. But yeah, that may be why it's cool. The sun's not baking right now, and a really nice day for August. I'm gonna make a little lap around the track, just get the truck warmed up some. No big deal. Show you all these famous Mopars here. A couple sweet wagons. These are some bracket champs here. You'll see them all over Arkansas. The kid told me I was leaking some transmission fluid, but I can't. I don't have any drips right now. What? How do I replicate that? Yep. The tail shaft looks a little bit wet right there. And I know the yoke looks like it's sticking out too far, but it's not, I promise. I don't see any slung up under here in the old rusty floor. Let me try the other side. So I've looked all on top, everywhere. You see these fins are a little wet right here. See that? The pan is nice and tight around the edges, like nothing from there. I'm gonna let it down and check the fluid level again. I might have to, if it's puking out of the front vent, then, you know, like at higher pressure, I'll drain me a little bit out of here, do it the Drew way. He's a fluid Nazi where if you have too much, he'll lay under it and drain it. But I had a pretty good run. I can show you that ticket. That's pretty good for an off the trailer deal. And for you quarter mile people, y'all can convert that 1,000 foot. I just stayed in it. eighth mile per hour 89, 757. That 165 is my best 60 foot I've ever had in the truck. So I think it might actually pick up since the slicks aren't so hard anymore and cold. We'll find it. There's just a little race with a black truck. I don't know what lane he wants, but I'll take the other one. I drained about a cup of fluid out, so if it was overflowing, it shouldn't anymore. I had him covered pretty good in the 8th and 1,000 foot. My reaction time was terrible, but I don't care. The time, 165, 757, 89.4, lost a little mile per hour. I held it out to be sure to shift at 6,500 in. Instead of on the front side, I kind of went on the back side of 6,500. And I guess I lost just a little bit of mile per hour there. 1,000 foot mile per hour, lost just a little bit there too. I think I'll go ahead and swap carburetors because right now it runs a 757. Let me kick myself here. That big accelerator pump in the back. There, where they give you the extra bolt, and I don't have a spacer. And I don't know if there's a person here that has a little spacer of some kind I could borrow. We might have to swap back. However, they did say there's a hard tire class, and I happen to have a pair of hard tires. That's probably the smartest thing I could do today, right? Treadwear 440. Gee. Might as well try the left lane, and I'm gonna shift right at 6,000. Talk loudly so you can't hear that music in the background, but I dropped off and I dropped off, so I think we need to well, the 60 foot dropped off 3/hundredths, and we were about 4 or 5 down on our 8th. They turned 1,000 foot off, so I'm gonna go ahead and let out by the 1,000 from now on. But I think I'm gonna put my hard tires on and try to go play. See, right now I got just a little bit of space because I have a jack in the back. I'm gonna cut about a 1/4 inch off that and let it down and see if I'd like to have a little bit of room right now. Maybe it'll transfer better with these hard tires. It's not that I'm gonna flat foot it because it'll just blow them off anyway. Maybe a little more, free up the suspension in the back a little bit. See, my jack is released in the back. That little air gap right there. And here's my snubber. So I'm down on the ground. I can fit the blade of this pocket knife between that rubber and the spring right now. And that's without me setting in it. So I make it cut a little more. I'll just go see how it goes, because once you cut it, you can't put it back. And this side was actually preloaded more than the other, so I made them even now. There they go. So it is a radial hard tire. Let me just put the rules up for you, because you can have any power adder. I don't have any power adders, and I'll definitely be the only truck that I can tell so far, minus probably some S10s will show up. So the main reason I'm doing this, at the tailgate throwdown, they're having a hard tire class on Friday. So if I could start working on that before October, that would be good. And then they'll do their other classes Saturday, kind of like last year. But yeah, let's go give it a go. I think this is a time trial, so maybe everybody's going. They said no times on the board. Maybe you get half a slip at the end, I would imagine. We'll find out. Other things, I've got 28 pounds in these tires. That's kind of how we used to do it back in the day, racing on the pig gravel road out in front of the house. So I'll probably do a medium burnout. I've heard people say don't burn them at all, or don't get them wet, or don't get them too hot. And I've heard another old timer say get them hot as you possibly can. So you have to try all of those to know which one works better for you, I think. I think I'm gonna get out about a little bit, shift a second, and match it. He must not have been ready with that reaction time. Mine was terrible too, but I at least saw. I was wondering if it was going to be a pro tree. I wasn't able to see the first round, so I made a round so far. It went 88 miles an hour, but 872. So the big question is, what do we learn? If you go to a test and tune, sometimes you can win a trophy. Just bring your hard tires with you. But if you're gonna run hard tires in a class, definitely bring the fastest vehicle there and have the biggest tires you can fit on it. These are like 255/60s. So I could go a lot larger than that to get ready for tailgate throwdown. And I need more practice and all that stuff. I think I need a gear change. When I cross the 8th mile finish line, I'll put that clip up here. It looks like it's 5,900. Maybe 6,000, and I was shifting at 65, at like 6,500. So that's something to keep in mind. But then again, those 456 gears might hurt my hard tire kind of deal. So just pick what you want. Otherwise, I picked up almost a full 10th of ET and a 10th plus 200ths, so 12 hundredths of 60 foot with the new converter. I knew it needed it. So I feel good about that, showing some progress. Truck did fine. I do think it's gonna pick up when I put that other carburetor on, but should have brought a spacer. You live and you learn. Met a lot of great people. I got more compliments on this old raggedy truck, probably than I ever have. I guess I haven't been there with it before. And people came up. I got questions about, is that a Mopar engine? Like two people, two totally separate individuals asked me, did it have a LS? No, it doesn't have an LS. Thank goodness. I had a preacher come up at the end. He wanted to take a photo to use in his sermon on Sunday to show how something that looks so raggedy or ragged can do so well. So think about that. Thank y'all for watching and the support. Drew was finishing up my transmission for my Purple Barracuda this weekend. That's why he couldn't be there. And I guess 5 Second Joe is coming to a screen near you soon. Thank y'all for watching. And thanks to Randy for helping me film.